Hello and welcome back to We the Revolution. So as you can see, we are still Act 1, Day 5. When we left off, we signed the order, and I thought we were doing good to help out the revolutionaries. But it appears we did not make the appropriate decision, because a lot of people died, and now everyone wants death. Our family wants death, the people want death, the revolutionaries want prison. Still have a good relationship with our son. Our reputation's climbing, I guess. Hierarchy is glowing. What's up with hierarchy? Oh, okay, Elliot. Courtesan, known in every nook of Paris that is worth mentioning, a lady of leisure born in Scotland and living in Paris as an alleged spy for the English. In order to survive, she has been forced to master diplomacy like one of the deputies of the National Convention. There is no doubt that her profession has helped her establish relationships, and it's unofficially said that if an aristocrat wants to escape from Paris, then Grace Elliot is the one to speak to. Okay, and then we have Roland. The Minister of Internal Affairs, thanks to his resourceful wife who controls his career from the shadows, he has gained a position in the government. Okay, I think that's the guy who's on trial right now. If we kill him, do we like scoot? Do we scoot? Because I kind of want to scoot. Okay. In the dock sits Matthew Burrell, the former commander-in-chief of the National Guard. The defendant stands accused of causing the death of 34 people who took part in a demonstration against the monarchic authority. Around 3 p.m., two spontaneous groups of protesters stumbled upon each other in one of the streets leading to Place Vendôme. A quarrel broke out between the supporters and the opponents of Citizen Capet, with both sides engaged in a heated argument. None of the involved parties managed to gain the upper hand, and they quickly resorted to name-calling upon and public threats. Soon after, a National Guard detachment led by the defendant arrived on the scene. According to the eyewitness testimony of Blaise Fawcett, commander-in-chief, Burrell stood himself between the two groups alone and attempted to talk sense into them. He was quickly shouted down by the protesters. A few of them vocally accused the commander-in-chief of violating their freedom of speech. A rock flew over his head. He then walked up to the regiment that until this point had stood away from the crowds. The commander-in-chief ordered them to load their muskets and aim at the protesters. He shouted to the mob that they should leave, when the people of France, of course, ignored. Then, as Fawcett testified, another rock barely missed his head. This time it managed to hit one of the soldiers in the chest, leaving him breathless for a moment. He ordered the troops to fire. Okay, that might have been a little overkill. Bullets reached 34 people in total on both sides of the protest. During his arrest, he tried to explain that he had the... Okay, don't blame this on me. He did not care for such and inspired he to miss him. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, don't blame this on me. Don't blame this on me. Okay. So his defense is the opinion. What is this? Injured soldier, that's... No? Okay. That's the accusation. That was not a course of events. Is that an accusation? No, that's his defense. Okay. I think I'm gonna miss a question. Freedom of speech. Is that an accusation? Okay. Order to load muskets, that's part of the events. Protesters. I don't know where they go, because they're like the victim. Okay, so his dismissal, that's what? Course of events? His recklessness is an accusation. Is it also his personality? Okay. Okay, well, we got all the questions. I guess the protesters was a trap. Okay. What do we have? Did he confess? Was it counter-revolutionary? And then location. Okay, let's talk. The defendant may introduce himself. We all know who this villain is. Matthew Burrell, Commander-in-Chief of the National Guard, and shut up already. Let us proceed directly into the testimony. So let's see. That's death, 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 death. There's 4 death, 4 innocent, and then there's summon the witness. Is the condemned aware of the severity of the charges? You understand that 34 citizens were killed. Those that were killed were aggressors who dared to attack a soldier. All 34 of them? No, he was hit by a rock thrown by a single person, but before that, another rock flew over my head. I had reason to believe that the mob would become violent. But that's exactly why you were sent there, to prevent violence. And I did. Several people died, but the rest of the citizens are safe. This Commander-in-Chief is a real piece of work. He's not Commander-in-Chief anymore. Still a jerk, though. Okay. I might summon the witness last. Let's just do it now. Summon the witness. Are you the soldier? Are you the... Oh wait, no, you're the guy. Please introduce yourself. Blaze Fawcett. I'm a simple blacksmith. Citizen, do you confirm being a witness to the events that are the cause of the gathering today? Yes, I was a witness. I mean, I was there. I saw everything and I want to talk about it. I really do. Oh. Please tell us if you saw exactly how the accused acted during these events. Yes, of course. That's why I'm here. I saw it. The captain. He's a captain, right? Go on. He stood between the people and started yelling at them. If someone came up to him, he pushed them away and made threats, shaking his fists. But I think he meant well. Why do you think that? I don't know. Just a feeling I had. Okay. Who attacked first, the crowd or the guard? I say the crowd. They threw something at that poor soldier. And after that, well, they started shooting. Wait, there was no order? I didn't hear any orders. It was loud and it happened all fast. Oh. Okay. So that's kind of leading towards innocence here. Does the accused not think that the order to load the muskets may have been issued too early? Why? Because it could have been further aggravated that the crowd was already outraged. The people of Paris have an ugly history of impaling heads on spikes. I have a sizable mob before me that was quite obviously ready to attack us at any moment. No, the order was not issued too early. More than that, we should have started shooting as soon as we arrived instead of wasting our time trying to calm them down. So you believe in brute force rather than diplomacy? If diplomacy had any chances of success in this situation, deputies of the convention would have been sent instead of the guard. Yet, none of them decided to show up. I wonder why. Okay. I'm gonna skip to this one because I kind of want to... We're gonna go for death because more people want death, obviously. What words did you use when addressing the crowd? I asked them for a moment of silence. Then when they were quiet, why they were fighting. That's when the peace ended and both sides started throwing accusations. Maybe you shouldn't have intervened. Maybe you only agitated the crowd more. How? By asking for a moment of silence? Did you say anything else? I was trying to shout over the crowd. Someone accused me of being a spy, trying to silence them and suppress their freedom of speech. Was that your aim? My aim was to prevent bloodshed. As you can see, it was impossible. Okay. We're gonna do one more of these. How was one of your soldiers injured? He was hit in the chest with a rock. He fell and for a moment could not catch his breath. Did you try to calm the crowd after the incident? Prosecutor, you must be joking. Why do you say that? They wanted blood. Their own or ours. It didn't matter. They just wanted it spilled. And you gave them what you wanted? I had a good reason and a document in my hand. I was also responsible for the lives of my subordinates. You chose to take people's lives. Did that document come from God? I thought we were like anti-religion from the last trial. Okay. Were you given a reason for your dismissal? Multiple reasons. I will not address all of them, but the one that wounded me the most was my supposed incompetence. You caused the death of... Many people have died during the revolution, and yet the murderers are members of the convention or judges of the tribunal. The accused should choose his words more carefully. That is slander, a tool for the monarchist's machine. Spare me your speeches. If you had any decency left in you, you would remain silent. If we let you go, would you go back to your duty? No. Now that I can see you're being a scapegoat is the best I could have hoped for here. A deputy or a judge makes a mistake, so then they convict a soldier? That is how it is. Technically, I did make a mistake, but technically, you didn't have to shoot 34 people. Let's behead a politician. Okay. During your arrest, you said you're given official documents issued by... May I interrupt? This line of defense is pure nonsense. Why is that? I brought the document myself to be signed by this judge. He signed it. He gave me the right to use force. You killed 34 people. Would you rather there were hundreds of dead soldiers and protesters with the rest of them still fighting each other? I had a good reason to use force, and the fact that I am standing here accused only confirms that the judge present here and the deputies of the convention are merely looking for a scapegoat. Nonsense, the convention would never. Here is the document signed by Judge Alexis and the head of the tribunal, Raymond. 2 judges confirmed my right to use weapons. It was a recommendation for the convention so they could write up such law. And I recommend that you release me and sentence these judges. He's right, you know. Oh, dang. Okay, well, let's... Maybe this... Why did citizens stand between the fighting groups? I know for a fact that you can decrease tension with the reason of mediation of a third party. I was not involved with either of the groups. Wait, do you mean you are not a supporter of the revolution? During these events, I was a soldier and an officer first and foremost. I could not allow myself the comfort of having political views. Why? The security of the people was the most important thing. Citizens from surrounding houses first, protesters second. Since we are far beyond these events, I take this lack of a clear answer as evidence of your support for the monarchy. I will always remain loyal to France and her people. Okay? Do you see yourself as a reckless commander? No, I think I am calm most of the time. It comes with age and experience. Yet you stood between 2 hostile groups without any guards. That indicates something quite different. That is called bravery. I would not send a regular soldier. I risked my own life, and I also hope that seeing a high-ranking officer would make them come to their senses. So it did not work. No, it had the opposite effect. There is no way I could have expected the outcome. But you were there to expect exactly such an outcome. Death. Okay. Well, that's all the questions. Yes. Was it counter-revolutionary? I guess we say yes. Location. Didn't it say on here? Streets leading to that. Okay, sign this. Can't make any changes. We make a verdict. We death. They are not happy. I do prison, that's... I'm going death. We're making the family happy. We're making the people happy. We can work on the revolutionaries again. I signed that really high. Plus, I kind of want to see if I climb the ladder. I hereby sentence Matthew Burrell to death by guillotine. The souls of the victims may now rest in peace. Let him share the fate of those he shot. Reputation 1, influence 1. That's okay. Bad official. Oh, is it because I messed up on my report? Jerry. Oh wait, hierarchy. Oh, I didn't look. It was glowing. I'm working on it. Oh, here we go. Maybe I could win the heart of the crowd. Oh wait, are we dying already? Wait, earn the favor of the crowd by delivering a speech or proceed directly to the execution. Remember, once you start your speech, there's no going back. An awkward or clumsy speech will earn you nothing but ridicule from the audience. Depending on your reputation, the crowd will be more or less aggressive. Okay. Okay, so speak to the common folk. Okay. Before attempting persuasion, you may explore different approaches to all the topics. After employing each kind of emotion, you will receive an evaluation of your choices. Character's attitude. Each attitude comes with a set of emotions that can have a positive or negative effect. Learn their effects and manipulate the people of Paris in any way you please. The higher your reputation, the more you know about other speakers' attitudes. You can also obtain the information by spending influence points, okay? So I want to do that. So I can do that. Okay, so withdrawn, attached, and carefree. So attached, and that'd be humility. Carefree. Well, withdrawn, wouldn't that be like manipulation? And then carefree. Carelessness? Oh, that's a weak argument. That's perfect and that's strong. Oh. I thought with like attached you would use humility because that's emotions. Okay, well, we have a perfect argument for the... So carefree, we like carelessness. So CC. Withdrawn, we like manipulation, but there's one that's better. And then with attached, we do not like humility. So I'm going to keep note of that. Oh, wait. For the... Okay, for the convent... Oh, wait, I don't know what I'm doing. Okay. Oh! I had the wrong... Okay, this is the defendant. Carelessness. This is a good one. Oh, no. Oh, no, I didn't do the other one right. I thought we just picked the one that... Okay. Every round of applause for the play. Okay, and then the revolution. Manipulation. We are not worthy of the freedom if we let our old system and rotten morality poison our country. Crowd is intrigued. Reputation +3. Heck yes. Okay, I gotta work on this. Your scapegoat will die so that you can walk free. I wonder if your conscience will let you sleep at night. Pull the rope. Wait, do you pull the rope? I thought you let go of the rope. Like, I thought you pull it to bring it up, and then you just let gravity do its thing. Oh. Pull the rope. All these faces. So many different levels of emotion. He's ours. There can be no more demeaning experience for the revolutionary Paris than the escape of citizen Capet. He escaped, slipped right from their hands, and the revolution now seems feeble and weak. The people resemble a child that could easily be duped by anyone. However, the Republic quickly composed itself thanks to a postmaster and his people, who were able to catch the fugitives escaping to... Yes, ordinary citizens led to the fall of a monarch. You'll have a chance to serve the Republic as well. For Citizen Capet will face the tribunal tomorrow. You can choose how you will be remembered, as a traitor and a coward, or as an unlucky statesman. If it were for the prison guards to decide, there would only be one outcome. Let's leave him alone. Are y'all happy with me? Finally? Thank you. Viola Concerto. Playtime with children. Why? I don't understand why she doesn't like playtime with children. Like, what do you not like about the children? Okay, no one wants to wait for tomorrow's trial. Let's just go with this. Oh, that's so low. Oh, that's full. Day 6. What is this? The people are anxious. Oh no, what is this? Okay, we have good relationship with wife. Ah, you made a little family. Okay. Good relationship with wife. Things are getting better between the two of you. Good relationship with younger son. Bad official. Okay, our reputation's at 3. We need to work on the revolutionaries. They're not happy with us. Good thing everyone wants death. Okay, the hierarchy. Okay, he's gone. So I assume that means we climb the ladder. So far we've only had 1 death, 3 prison, and then 1 acquittal. We want death. Everyone wants death. I think I can ensure death. Okay. Oh, there's a lot of crimes here. Counter-revolution, treason, fraud, advocating monarchy, and neglect of duty. Compatriots. Citizen Capet, previously known as King Louis of France, must be punished for conspiracy against the people of France. Louis Capet? Oh wait, is this the king? Oh, I'm stupid. I am stupid. Tried to defend his absolute authority by plotting against the national... Okay, we're gonna have to kill him. I'm sorry, my dude. He gathered an army, 15 foreign regiment... Okay, blah, blah, blah. Let's actually go back and read. Tried to defend his absolute authority by plotting against the National Constitute Assembly and the people of France. We all remember July of 1789. He gathered an army, 15 foreign regiments, and ordered them to surround Paris. Soldiers led by the Baron were to capture deputies and shoot at citizens defending the reforms, and so they did. The Royal German Regiment drew first blood. After the plot failed, Louis tried to flee the country with his family and scheme with foreign monarchs abroad. Is that not the reason he took flight from the night of June 1791, using someone else's passport? Was he not heading to where his loyal armies were stationed, ready to take him to Austria? If it were not for Postmaster Duray, his scheme could have ended tragically for us. Louis will never abandon the thoughts of suppressing the revolution by force. Before the events of 1792, he gave orders... Oh, that's a full court, I just realized. He conducted a public muster in front of horrible citizens. They had to act before he attacked. Citizens of Paris tried to stop the madness, were shot at, even at that. Evidence and order issued by that guy. My lord, should any reason appear, shoot the rebels without hesitation, just as his majesty ordered. Okay. Let's unlock questions. So there's no traps. So he is a witness. Are there any other... That's an accusation. Fake passport is a method. That's a motive. That's a method. Suppressing the revolution is also a accusation. Surrounding the city of Paris is a method. Defending its authority is a motive. Shooting civilians is an accusation. And gathering armed forces is a method. Look at that. Heck yes. People are anxious. Okay. Have not real verdict. Okay, we don't have to do a report in this case, so good on that. Louis Capet. I hereby open your trial. Answer the questions when asked. That is the name of my ancestors. My name is Louis Auguste de Bourbon. I don't know. As may have been your name before you raised your hand against the people you had sworn to defend. As a king, I have never done a thing against my people. I do love them. I still do. Objection. There is evidence of Louis' treason against the people of France. He should be tried as a foreigner and enemy, not as a citizen of the Republic. Audience. Questioning the defendant will stir to the impact audience. Once angered, the people may even start... Oh, we don't want to riot. We don't want to riot. Did you strive to abolish the National Constitute Assembly? A constituent. Yeah, whatever. I would not convoke the Estates General for the first time in generations, and acknowledge the National Assembly to act against it and all the required reforms. Then why would you call in armed forces after the National Assembly's transformation into the National Constituent Assembly? My ministers pressed me to ensure my people's safety. That is a bold statement, considering how many of your people were killed during the unrest in July. That pains me greatly, but the only person responsible for that is Baron de Benceval. Objection. De Benceval carried out Capet's order. Okay. What did the accused plan to do with the constituents' deputies? Nothing. The assembly that I joined on the 27th of June 1789 granted immunity to its members, and I intended to respect that. And yet you ordered your soldiers to seize and imprison the deputies and perhaps even execute them. Nonsense. There's no evidence of that. My enemies spread rumors to get rid of me. We don't need evidence against a coward who runs from his own people. Oh, that's anger. That's anger. How does one not anger? Who issued the order to fire at citizens defending the National Constituent Assembly? Either Marshal de Broglie or Baron de Benceval. The one responsible should be the one standing here, as he was not authorized to issue such orders. Really, not according to this document. It was signed by the Marshal. Marshal de Broglie went too far and lied to us all. I swear on my crown I did not issue that order. De Broglie is a sworn monarchist and was given an army to suppress the revolution. Would he work on his own without Capet's blessing? People sometimes do stupid things. Oh, that's making people angry. I don't want to make people mad. I don't want to riot. Calling the witness. Please introduce yourself. Jean Durant, postmaster of the... Yes. Did the accused, Louis, introduce himself to the witness with his full name? No, he didn't introduce himself at all. He only produced someone else's documents. So he tried to hide his identity. You could say so. I used the name from the documents after he showed them to me. He never objected. Then how did you learn of his true identity? By the image on the paper... Assassination? No, English is hard. Then a messenger, General Lafayette, confirmed my suspicions. I ran as fast as I could to Varennes to inform the authorities. Okay. Was the accused acting like a defector? Was he nervous or in a hurry? No, the king, I meant Capet, was in no hurry. He even found time to jest. What about the Capets? That I do not know. Only the king would leave the carriage. I mean, Capet. Judging by his clothes, I thought he was merely a townsman. Would the accused like to comment on this testimony? I do not see anything wrong with traveling in modest, comfortable clothing. It is even advisable for practical reasons. It would be advisable during an escape, especially if a monarch were trying to sneak away. Okay. I need to ask these questions, but I don't want to riot. Has the accused ever considered Paris and its citizens the enemies? Absolutely not. I ask you to explain the question. How can you deny it if you do not understand the question? Your armies surround Paris. Is that not what you want to do to your enemies? My soldiers were there only to ensure public orders while the National Assembly was in session. Adequate forces were already present in Paris. Was that enough? Okay, please don't get angry. Who was responsible for delivery of the passport of the man called Pinay? My butler. I ordered him to prepare all the formalities regarding travel. The city hall has not received any submissions from your butler. I do not know what to say. Judge. Louis Capet's butler was seen at the Austrian embassy. They surely took care of all the documents for the defectors. Monsieur Timel, that is mere hearsay. Who said such a thing? Bring him here so he may repeat it. There is no need. That is hard evidence, especially in light of what the accused has told us. Okay. People calm down. Who helped you suppress the revolution? Frederick William II, Francis II, Catherine II, or maybe even your relative Charles IV? Justice awaits them as well. Nonsense, all of it. My only desire to take my family out of Paris, as I did not wish for them to suffer house arrest. We all know the European monarchs despise our ideals of freedom, equality, and brotherhood. Am I to understand that you try to prepare a joint military intervention? I deny such accusation. There is no evidence for such outrageous claims. I would never turn against my beloved France. Liar! He sell his own. I don't want to make people angry. I don't know if I should just stop here. Was the accused planning to reclaim his authority and reestablish? Why would I do that? According to the constitutional law, I was still the king. Then why did you raise a number of troops in the Tuileries? Fear my family's life. It's not blah blah blah. It's clear that the Guard were organized of the citizens of Paris, many of whom did fall in against violence. Okay. Can I just go to the verdict? I mean, that makes everyone happy. Get a reputation bonus right there. I don't want to ask the innocence questions because then we're going to be going against the jury. The people are already angry. I would like to prevent a riot. So let's just go ahead. I was okay. Rumor has spread about hidden evidence of the citizens' treason. People have gone mad. What evidence? I will go to them. I will ask you all to stay in your seats until I return. What's happening? Oh no. Oh, people.
People! What vexes you? Why are you so angry?
The king lied to us!
We're gonna
coward ran from us! He'll surely run from justice as well!
No, we're gonna take off the head.
We found proof of the king's treachery in his secret iron cabinet!
Shall I, like, raid the castle? Okay. Okay, everyone's withdrawn. So I remember, so manipulation was okay with withdrawn, if I remember correctly. What I kind of want to do is I kind of want to test the others. If you're withdrawn, is it aggression, and then is it humility? Oh! Okay. Maybe withdrawn isn't always the answer? Okay. So, manipulation is good, aggression is good, and humility. Okay, so, manipulation.
Louis Capet is just flesh and blood. A citizen just like you. He cannot escape the long arm of the law.
Okay, that's a strong argument. Then we hit him with aggression.
Any treachery committed against France will be punished with death. We shall examine new evidence, and if the rumors turn out to be true,
does this help get rid of the mob?
I assure you that I shall behead this traitor myself.
And then the end was humility.
I know that you might be angry, but you have chosen your representatives to protect you. Believe in me.
Believe in me. They are intrigued. Influence +2. Common folk endorsement +2. Reputation +2. Oh, that calmed everyone down. It is true. Evidence of his guilt has been found. Really? Would the defendant like to explain why he concealed his secure iron cabinet and the documents hidden within from the convention? I hid nothing from the convention. No one asked me about the existence of such things. Oh, now the family wants death. You kept your correspondence well hidden under lock and key. It can only be retrieved with the assistance of a master locksmith. Any affluent Parisian has a lockable cabinet. I, for one, am keenly interested in locksmithing. Does it ask him more questions? So we do have case files. Shoot the rebels. Okay, we already looked at that. The deputies of the so-called National Assembly are to be carefully questioned, and if any of them should display common sense and cease to support the Assembly, reward him with an extraordinarily high allowance and... okay. With trust that with God's graces and help, His Majesty will soon arrive. The His Imperial Majesty... okay. Your Grace soon will come to Her Majesty's rescue. However, okay. We have 6 more questions to reveal. Okay, so the letter from the Emperor is evidence. Letter from the Duke is evidence. Suppressing the revolution is counter-revolution. Minister order is course of events. Attempted escape is course of events. And this was also method. I'm assuming... okay, so we want death. Were you aware of the plans of the Emperor and the Duke of Brunswick? Why did you not warn the National Assembly and the army? Silence. You need to speak up. I did not deem their threats serious. That reeks of treason. Allow me to quote, "My armies await my orders. Does that not sound like a serious threat? Prince Charles is impetuous, but I never once thought he would dare attack France." Bad judge? How am I a bad judge? Fine, fine, fine. You want death? You want death? I'll give you freaking death. There you go. Have fun with your freaking death. I had to ask another dang question. I'm sorry. I wanted to be thorough. Oh, did he confess to the crime? Yes. Yes. Not deemed to be serious. He denies. I don't know. Sure. I sent it to you by guillotine. Down with the tyrant. I mean, I got a reputation right there, so I don't know what these people mean. And look at that. Revolutionaries plus 10. Look, common folk like us real good. Oh, I'm okay with this result. Let's hang him. We have to give another speech? Or is it just cutscene?
Do they understand? Their excitement was stronger than the smell of the fresh wood the guillotine was made from.
I mean, we've already used it once. Is it still fresh?
Do they know what's about to happen? Sheep that only now realize they used to have fangs and claws. One thought guides their clenched fists. To bow before the new, uncompromising idol with a shining steel crown. I too have felt their eyes on me, just like him. A silent assistant in this ritual.
I have a feeling if I didn't order execution, I would just be dying at that point.
Doubtful. Will not the old gods seek vengeance for this treachery? He abandoned them all too easily. I was unable to understand their screams. I only tasted the stench of their sweaty bodies. But I could hear one thing perfectly.
My son?
Bring us the king.
Oh, speech time. Maybe I could win the heart of the crowd. Speak to the common folk. Okay, so reveal that, reveal that. Okay, withdrawn. Crime. So withdrawn, the humility worked last time. Oversensitive. Ooh. If they're oversensitive, we might need to do carelessness. With the revolution with the withdrawn, I could see that being aggressive, and then perfect, that's very weak, and that's strong. Okay, so with I'm gonna try humility with oversensitive. Okay, so this one is manipulation. Anyone stepping outside the boundaries of revolutionary law has only themselves to blame, only themselves. I'm gonna try humility. Criminals belong in grave, only then we can build a better future. Okay, that was good. And then these criminals think that because we are tolerant, we are also weak. That is enough. They are satisfied. And we got +4 reputation. I die as an innocent man. I forgive my enemies. Honestly, French Revolution was bloody. If we want to be real here. Same face as the last time? No, it's actually different. You got the psychopaths, you got the people who actually realize this is death. That is a map, maybe? I must be dreaming. Is this the map from the Muggler's case? You stole evidence from the court? I did not steal it, only found a use for it, and will be more useful in your room than in the dusty drawer of the court archives. After all, this is a map by Turgo, and should be treated with respect. What a lovely explanation. Consider it a gift. Now take it and try not to talk so much. You should be more concerned about the events with the king, because this whole situation just seems peculiar. As your superior, I should be the one judging Louise's case. I fail to understand why Robespierre asked for your assistant. Are you jealous? Of course I'm jealous. It is an important moment in history, and people will come reading about it for decades to come. It seems there will be trouble. I have a feeling that someone is toying with my life, as though an unknown force were pushing me into utter chaos. Keep your eyes open. You came to the political world of the city from out of nowhere, and that means someone will have to step down to make room. Do you have to sound so defeated? My husband is a renowned person now. We should be happy about it. It is easier to shoot someone in the spotlight. Okay, well, yeah, I was supposed to say, they should... Everyone should be happy. Okay. I don't know, I kind of want to use the revolutionaries here because I always get the people in the trials. Uh-oh. Oh, that I didn't realize I could go, like, negative. I mean, our reputation with the people is pretty high, so I think we're okay. Act 1, Day 7. Cutscene? No, court. Okay, so I'm gonna end this one right here. I hope you have a good evening, afternoon, morning, whatever time of the day it is when you're watching this, and I hope to see y'all next time.